Hello everyone and welcome back for another parent lesson. This is going to be a quick one, quick and short. Basically this is just writing conventions or writing rules that we've learned in class and that we want students to be following when they're writing. So I definitely recommend listening to this video before you do any writing with your child, and then when they get started writing, you can remind them to follow each of these rules, and when they're done you can also use this as a checklist, as I have here on screen, to make sure that they followed each of our rules. So you might want to screenshot this and then just use this as a checklist, kind of go through each one and get them to check first to make sure that they follow these, and if not, you can kind of hint at it, and then if they need it, you can show them where and say, oh, you got to make sure that we change this, or we have to put a period at the end of this sentence, or a uppercase letter at the start of this one. So pretty simple. I'm just going to go through them real quick. You probably already got the idea from looking at this, but I'll go through each one just in case, give you a little extra help. So here we go. If I'm going too fast or you want to stop the video, take a screenshot, just hit pause or rewind, and this video will be here anytime you need. Come back again and take a look at this, or anytime you're writing with your child at home. So the first one is start and finish each sentence with an uppercase letter and finish with a period. I forgot to mention on the last one before it says je peux in front of each one, and that just means I can, because these are all things that students can do, things that we've worked on in class. They just don't always do them. Sometimes they need a reminder. So again, start each sentence with an uppercase letter and finish with a period. So it could be a regular period, it could be an exclamation mark, or it could be a question mark. So there's an example down here. J'ai un gros chien brun. It begins with an uppercase J and it ends with a period. So next up, we have leave a space between each word. Most students are already doing this. Some are still working on it, and that's totally fine. But sometimes they get excited. They're writing and they want to get their ideas out quick, and sometimes they forget to leave a space or don't leave enough of a space. So this is just a quick visual reminder and a reminder for them to make sure that they're leaving a space between each word. I recommend just using a finger, but most of them can just do this without having to even get their fingers on the page. So spaces between each word. And this one's really important, and it's writing all of the sounds that you hear. So here we have the word vache, and it's broken down into each of its sounds. So in class, if a student comes to me and says, I don't know how to spell this word, I don't know how to spell vache, I'll say, clap it out. So they're going to clap it out. First, they're going to clap it into the number of syllables. So this would have vache. So there'd be 2 syllables, and then they're going to break it down further. So va would have v and a, and sh would be sh. So basically they're taking the large word, they're breaking it down into medium-sized chunks, or the syllables, and then they're breaking the syllable down into smaller pieces. And then, of course, they're going to put those back together to create the word and write it out on the page. This is a valuable strategy that we're always practicing all year long, and it helps a great deal in both reading and writing. So anytime you can work on this at home, it's great. So what I will tell students is when they're writing, when they're going back and they're going over the checklist, if they have any large words that they're not sure they got it right, clap it out and make sure that you wrote all the sounds that you heard. So a couple notes just to finish this off. So remind your child to follow these when they are writing at home. So like I said, you can take a screenshot of each slide or the beginning slide and just show it to them, or print it off if you're able to. And this is kind of just their checklist to go through and make sure they're doing all of these rules and following these writing rules that we've learned in class. So when they're done writing, get them to double check, and then you can pretend like you're their editor and you're helping them out. So encourage them to find mistakes on their own. If they're not able to, then you point it out and say, oh, what about right here? Maybe there's something we need to change. And if they don't pick up on it, then you can tell them and say, listen, here you forgot your uppercase, or maybe you need to try sounding this word out again and make sure that you've written all the sounds, that you wrote all the sounds that you heard. So just a quick checklist of our writing rules, quick version of it. So anytime you're writing at home, or just even go over with your child maybe once a week or just once, and kind of remind them as they're working through their writing. So thanks for listening and have a great day.